I know they shake, oh. I know they worry. My papa, they have no. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. Now wait till Baba do for me, oh. Now him I want to talk about. He took me out of poverty, oh. He put me in prosperity, oh. Now I have a liberty. Jehovah, everybody, girl, like you, Lord. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. When I think over my past, yeah. When I see where I go, yeah. I go to say, thank you. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. When I call upon your name, everywhere, you never fail me at all, no. The God of consume me fire, oh. You lifted me when I was down, no. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. That was not created. We worship you. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on. I know they worry. My papa, they have on.
This is ITV. Certainly the best. This time, the very first one in the month of April 2016. Many thanks for keeping a date with me on your ultimate show on television, TMI. Why is it the ultimate show? Because here we entertain you, we inform you, we educate you, we enlighten you. We'll give you what you need to have a great day, especially if your weekend wasn't so special. If it wasn't a weekend to remember. Right here on TMI, we set you in the right mood for an outstanding week, for an awesome week that will ultimately culminate into a great weekend. Well, of course, today on the show, we'll be having two special guests on TMI. Both of them are governorship aspirants belonging to two major parties in the state. Professor Amadasu Ebegwe Fred is a professor of medicine and APC governorship aspirant, will be one of our special guests today. And then a former NDDC Edo State Commissioner, Honorable Matthew Dwekeme, will also be one of our special guests today on TMI. You look forward to these interviews on today's edition of TMI, you must watch. Well, how was the week? How are you grappling with the challenge of fuel scarcity? The signs are there that things will change in the next couple of days. Of course, it's been said that some international oil companies are already making plans to help the local oil companies that are operating in the downstream sectors with foreign exchange. Many of us didn't know that the reason why there's been fuel scarcity is because most of the companies that have the allocations, the license to import fuel, don't have foreign exchange. And so they are foreign exchange strapped, if you know what I mean. But we hear that some international oil companies are working around the clock to fund these companies with some foreign exchange so they can import their allocation. And then there's also this talk that in the next couple of weeks or months, the refineries will be functioning at full capacity and their own contribution to what we need here will be met. And if that is anything to go by, it means that the days of buying fuel at 250 naira per liter or even more, they are numbered. But we hope that those in charge will match action, will match words with action by showing that these things come to fruition in a matter of days so that people can begin to smile and be happy. You need to go around the city center and sample the views, the opinions of people and how people are faring. I can tell you for sure it's very unpalatable because to a large extent the economy runs basically on crude oil, on petrol, on fuel. And once it's not available, people are stranded. And then again, to make it worse, no power, epileptic power supply is the order of the day. And you expect that if that is the case, then you can, turn to fuel. But neither of them is available. And so what are the options? What are the alternatives? Quite frustrating. But I can tell you for sure that in all of these, there is a silver lining somewhere. There's definitely light at the end of the tunnel. And all of these pains and agony that we're all going through will be a thing of the past. Well, it's a month of lifting. And you have to think along those lines that you are lifted above fuel scarcity, above unavailability of fuel, to actualize and fulfill your dreams and aspirations for today, for this week, for this month, and for the rest of the year. So I'm hoping that things will turn around in the days to come, particularly with the current challenges that are in the country, especially unavailability of fuel. And then those major marketers who have the product directly from government and they are supposed to sell at 86 naira per liter or 86 naira 50 kobo per liter, please ensure you do so. You have an opportunity to make a difference in the society. Don't make it worse by trying to exploit extort the people because right now they are at your mercies. That's just not fair. Whatever you sow, you will reap. It's a matter of time. If you're defrauding the people, extorting them, making them feel bad by taking undue advantage of them because there is fear scarcity, it's a matter of time. The long arm, the short arm of Nemesis will definitely catch up with you. Okay, the 2016 Edo State governorship election is gathering momentum. Day in, day out, people are indicating interest to vie for the exalted office. But at the moment, what we have are aspirants. But I'm sure as we get along, we'll also be able to now separate the men from the boys. How do I mean? The political parties will sell forms, and then those who actually get the forms become the aspirants. And then from there, we graduate to the next level of the primaries of the political parties, where the candidates of the respective political parties will emerge. For us, as a media organization, the regional station of the year, we always love to set example. We always love to put things at the front burner for others to follow. Putting together the first ever Meet the Aspirants Town Hall, an opportunity for aspirants to showcase themselves, is titled My Vision for Edo State. What is your vision? What's your pedigree? Where are you from? What have you done before? Where are you coming from? People need to know. Beyond the billboards, beyond the social media, and all of those hypes going around, the people, they want to know you. They want to meet you. So it's part of our own strategy to give the delegates an opportunity to have an insight into aspirants for the 2016 Edo State governorship election. Well, someone may say, well, these delegates, they're not interested in any profile, in any pedigree. All they're interested in is money. I'll tell you, no. There are those who want the best of the best to emerge as a candidate of their party. And we're hoping that this program will help to shape the mind, the thinking, the perception of delegates across all political parties that are destined, or should I use the word destined now, that are supposed to participate in the election of the candidates of their party. Well, we're putting things together for that event. If you are a candidate, if you're an aspirant and you're here to get on board, kindly call the number that you see in the jingle, so we'll give you details and then you know how to participate in it. As I speak to you, the list is growing by the day, and it's just important that you get involved in it. And then again, we're also going to be having a short session where we'll look at Edo State women and the 2016 governorship election. There are those who are saying that, look, in this election, a woman should be the deputy governor of Edo State. So all of those issues will be articulated using that front as well. And maybe some are also saying, well, it should be a youth that should be a deputy governor in Edo State. All of these issues will be articulated in the course of the discussion. So you have the number on the screen. Dial that number if you are an aspirant, you want to participate in Meet the Town Hall program that we're aspirants Meet the Aspirants Town Hall. Yeah, that's the title. Coming up in this April, that's the number to call. Dial that number and we'll give you all the details that you need to have. As soon as we are done with all the groundwork, you have a full detail. You have the details of how that event will run, whether it's going to be in the studios, whether it's going to be outside the studios. All of those information will be communicated to you. Once again, many thanks for joining me on your must-watch program on television, TMI. We'll take a short break. When we return, we'll look at what the papers are saying this lovely Monday morning. Welcome aboard the show this morning on ITV. State governorship elections hots up. Many individuals from various backgrounds across political parties have indicated interest for the exalted office. Who are these aspirants in the Edo State governorship race? What are their pedigrees? What's their vision for Edo State? Find out as ITV Radio presents Meet the Aspirants Town Hall, theme, My Vision for Edo State, coming up this April 2016, featuring Professor Amadasun Ebegwe Fred, Professor of Medicine and APC governorship aspirant, pharmacist Chris Iyari, Chairman Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter, and APC governorship aspirant, Comrade Peter Eseli, former National President, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC, and APC governorship aspirant, Sir Barrister Kesley Omoirabo, National President, Human Rights Defenders Association of Nigeria, and APC governorship aspirant, Chief Solomon Iyobosa Adebiyi, President and founder, Solomon Iyobosa Adebiyi Center for Change, and PDP governorship aspirant, Honorable Matthew Idoekeme, former NDDC Edo State Chairman and PDP governorship aspirant. This event is designed to help showcase aspirants for Edo State 2016 governorship seat, their vision for the state, and provide an opportunity for people to ask questions. For more information on participation, please call this number 0704 216 3177. ITV Radio meet the aspirants town hall for a credible 2016 Edo State governorship election. The number of street kids is growing by the day. Many are exposed to the vagaries of life, including death. You can do something to rescue these innocent souls roaming our streets. Be the change today. Support an orphanage. This message is brought to you courtesy Independent Television.
The threat of global warming is real. You have seen the destruction of lives and property as a result of incessant flooding. Make the environment a conducive place for all to live in. Stop polluting the environment. Protect the environment today. This message is brought to you courtesy Independent Television and Radio.
The world is a global village.
And that's because information travels beyond boundaries.
And on this morning on ITV, we guarantee unbiased analysis on topical issues
that will educate you,
entertain you.
So join us.
Join us.
Join us. Join us.
Join us.
Join us.
Every Sunday to Thursday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. on your ultimate news and current affairs program on television. This morning on ITV TMR. Join us.
Welcome to ITV Entertainment Info. Trending right about now, Davido scares neighbors at Lekki. Hammersmith Osinachi video hits 1 million views. Actress Liz Da Silva put on blast for rocking fake Louboutin shoes. An update on late singer No More Less. Davido is in the news again, this time shooting a live AK-47 rifle inside his compound at Lekki Phase 2 Estate, thereby scaring his neighbors. On inquiry, Davido said he took an AK-47 rifle from one of the policemen, guiding him to shoot a scene in his upcoming musical video titled Any Reason, and was not terrorizing anybody in any way. He apologized to his neighbors and uploaded the same scene of him shooting the AK-47 on his Snapchat page to everyone's disgust. What a dude. Osinachi crooner Humble Smith received reports of his much acclaimed song and video titled Osinachi featuring Davido hitting over 1 million downloads on YouTube and happily reacted this way.
That's one of the biggest things that's happened to my career. I've used the pictures everywhere, both my BBM, WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. You don't understand. Maybe they see and say, Now God will be a show, will be jazzy.
Nollywood actress Liz Da Silva was put on blast over the week for rocking fake Louboutin shoes and handbags, which she posted on social media as soon as she acquired them. A very pissed Liz Da Silva came back online ranting this way, and I quote, "Seriously? Why on earth would I buy original shoes that I would step on ground with for such outrageous sum of money when it is not good, but just for the name of class? I wear copied shoes and bags, which means fakes, that fits me, and mind you, 99.9% of sensible people do same. Is that true, guys? Want to help designers make their money anyway?" She went on, "And if you don't like the shoes, go jump in the lagoon and locate the middle." And finally, late pop singer No More Loss will be buried on Thursday, 7th April 2016 in Lagos.
Mr. No More Loss. Again. Beautiful sunlight, brighten up my day.
No More Loss died of chest pain and pneumonia weeks back, and this video, Beautiful Thing, was his last job, but wasn't released till now. That's been entertainment info on ITV.
Okay, glad to know you stay that with us on the show. TMI, beautiful Monday morning. Let's quickly take a look at what some of the dailies are saying, beginning with Vanguard. On Vanguard, it says, fuel crisis, IOCs agreed to sell Forex to oil marketers, according to NNPC. I criticize Buhari as most senior governor in Nigeria, says Fayose. Bakare wants national rebirth, new constitution, and I agree with him absolutely. NAS removes host communities fund from PIB. And then Sovereign Wealth Fund generates 26.3 billion naira income in 2015. Generate more electricity for domestic use, Labour tells federal government. So we run through those top stories again from Vanguard newspaper. It says, fuel crisis, IOCs agreed to sell Forex to oil marketers, according to the NNPC. I criticize Buhari as most senior governor in Nigeria, says Fayose. Bakare wants national rebirth, new constitution. And still on Vanguard, NAS removes host communities from PIB. All right. NAS removes host communities funds from PIB. That's the petroleum industry bill, the controversial petroleum industry bill. Okay, Sovereign Wealth Fund generates 26.3 billion naira income in 2015, and then generate more electricity for domestic use, Labour tells the federal government. And that's all we have from Vanguard. Let's go to the Nation newspaper. Our next port of call after the Nation will be Punch newspaper. And now we're on the Nation newspaper. Top stories from the Nation. It says, EFCC to Metu, prove your innocence. EFCC to Metu, prove your innocence. And then how petrol scarcity is affecting workers by the Nigeria Labour Congress. It's not only workers, it's affecting everybody. And NLC should always try as much as possible to speak for everybody, not just workers alone. All right, and then Osun doctors call off 7-month-old strike. Osun doctors call off 7-month-old strike. And I saw the governor of Osun State on one of the photographs where former governor Olusegun Oshoba actually came back to the APC. He was smiling, and these doctors, they've been on strike, where you can be rest assured some people would have died on account of that strike action. Anyway, and then we have Oshoba back in APC. Yeah, I mentioned that before. Oshoba back in APC. And then Southeast APC blames PDP for fuel scarcity. Southeast APC blames PDP for fuel scarcity. Now, this is the interesting thing about our dear country, Nigeria. The reason why there hasn't been fuel is because marketers can have access to forex to buy. This is not about whether APC or PDP, but if we want to situate the problem squarely, it should be at the doorsteps of the government of the day, because most people can have access to forex to do business abroad. Those who have their children abroad, they can have access to forex. All right, so this is something we must understand. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I'm very optimistic about that, because some international oil companies wants to start supplying the marketers foreign exchange so that they can import fuel. That deal is being brokered by the NNPC and CBN to help marketers. So we hope that in the days to come, fuel scarcity will be drastically reduced, and after a while, a thing of the past. And then we can smile again. All right, things can be back to normal again. All right, and then selfish Nigerians behind Boko Haram video. Selfish Nigerians behind Boko Haram video. And I was reading yesterday that the security agencies, they've picked up a very controversial leader. I mean, the man who they describe as the second in command to Abubakar Shekau, who we haven't heard anything from for a long, long time. He was, what's his name? Banawi, that's his name. Al-Banawi was picked up in Kogi State. The Director of Army Information disclosed that yesterday. That's another major breakthrough that the security agencies are saying we have to whittle down the capacity of the insurgents to network and actually carry out some actions every now and then. So we just run through the Nation newspaper top stories one more time. EFCC to me to prove your innocence, and how petrol scarcity is affecting workers by the NLC. Oshoba backs back in APC. Oshin doctors call off 7-month-old strike, and then Southeast APC blames PDP for fuel scarcity, and then selfish Nigerians behind Boko Haram videos. These are top stories you'll find in the Nation. And then we go to Punch. From the Punch, our next port of call will be Guardian newspaper, as well as the Nigerian Tribune. And now from the Punch, we have fuel scarcity likely to end in May. Marketers. So we have 1 month to go in terms of bearing this burden. And then we also have displaced persons resort to food theft. All right, official adds 300 fake names to Kogi local government payroll. Still from Punch, Ekiti Gate, Army fires Momo, ex-spokesman, others. And then 60-year-old wheelbarrow pusher begins secondary education in Delta State. I'm just wondering, where is he going to use the certificate by the time he acquires it? Maybe in heaven. Anyway, that's just on the lighter side. Okay, that's the first stanza of our Papers Review segment on the show, TMI, this Thursday morning. We have with us the mystic man who is good with numbers, telling you how events today came from the mystic world. You know who we call the mystic man on TMI? He was with us on Friday on Good Morning from Benin, and he's here with us. Today is the birthday of the state governor, His Excellency Comrade Adam Saliu Oshomole. Comrade, congratulations to you, and wishing you the very best as you add another year this 2016. We wish you the very, very best. Okay, now, so what does this day, Eben Ada? Eben Ada, yes, Eben Ada is the mystic man from Ekboma. How are you doing this morning?
Fine.
All right, so what's the significance of this day?
Like we know, today is the 4th day of the 4th month.
Yeah.
It's so an important day in the spiritual realm. And those who are born today are great leaders. And those who die today are formidably great too. Like the Bible says, a good name is better than precious ointment, and a day of death than a day of birth. Now, Dr. Martin King died today in America in 1968. But his name was called Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
Yeah.
And we know that the eagle is the kingship symbol. And the eagle has 4 talons on the left and 4 talons on the right. and that's the mark of the eagle. So that's symbolized today. And his name was called King, and he died as a king and as a freedom fighter, because the eagle bird also symbolized freedom, because it can soar high to the sky like no other bird. Now, because Oshomole was born today, he had to come up great. And our king once said that men will not be judged where they stand in convenience and comfort, but through challenge and controversy. And if you remember, that's how Adam Oshomole came in 2008.
Through controversy.
Yeah, he came through controversy, because he went to court with Osumbo, who was a legal alumni, who was a professor at law, a former lawmaker, and an incumbent governor. So he was placed in convenience and comfort. He said men will not be judged where they stand in comfort and convenience, but through challenge and controversy. So controversial it was that when he was coming for the second tenure again, he went to court with Charles Arawiri, a general. But meanwhile, today is so great in the spiritual realm because of the ego talons that symbolize kingship. And we know that even the lion symbolizes kingship also. So from the day Murtala Muhammad was killed, which is 13th day of February to April 4th, it's 50 days. And if you write a line to numbers, you have 50. When I say write number to, line to numbers, L is the 12th alphabet, I is the 9th alphabet, 0, O is the 15th alphabet, the N is the 14th alphabet. You have all together, you have 50. And to show that Adam Oshomole was actually destined to rule Benin Kingdom at that first tenure. When they went to court, when they wanted to give the verdict on the 11th day of the 11th month, the Oba of Benin, Oba Eredewa, said that the people of Benin should accept the judgment just the way the judges would give the judgment, and does not want anybody to be agitated. Everybody should take it peacefully, and they obeyed. But that day was the 11th day of the 11th month when they gave that judgment. And if you see the symbol of power, like you see it now, you see that 2 fingers are all bridged by the thumb, while the other 2 is bridged by the thumb. So this one symbolized like 11, the other symbolized like 11. Okay. So on the 11th day of the 11th month, Oshomole was given power to rule the state in a place where you greet Oba Tokbe with the same power feast. But from the day Oba of Benin was actually crowned, which is March 23rd, to November 11th, it's exactly 233 days. 233 days in our other reading, it's like 23rd day of the 3rd month when the Oba was crowned. And the Bible has a daily reading prescribed for each day to be read by those who want to study the Bible so diligently. So the daily reading of November 11th included Titus chapter 3. The first verse says, obey the rulers and the authorities and be ready for every good work. On that day, the people obeyed the judicial authority that gave verdict against Osumbo and in favor of Oshomole. And the people obeyed the traditional ruler who said there shouldn't be rancor but peace. And now, among the daily reading of that day also is Psalm 127. Okay. And the first verse says, unless the Lord build a house, the people labor in vain.
Okay, just pause there for a moment. We'll be back with you so that we can quickly conclude these mystic interpretations of numbers and history and all of that as it relates to today. It's still TMI, beautiful Monday morning. We'll take a short break and we'll be back with you in a moment. Don't go away. As the 2016 Edo State governorship elections heats up, many individuals from various backgrounds across political parties have indicated interest for the exalted office. Who are these aspirants in the Edo State governorship race? What are their pedigrees? What's their vision for Edo State? Find out as ITV Radio presents Meet the Aspirants Town Hall. Theme, My Vision for Edo State. Coming up this April 2016, featuring Professor Amadasun Ebegwe Fred, Professor of Medicine and APC governorship aspirant, Pharmacist Chris Iyari, Chairman Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter and APC governorship aspirant, Comrade Peter Eseli, former National President, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC and APC governorship aspirant, Sir Barrister Kesley Omoirabo, National President, Human Rights Defenders Association of Nigeria, and APC governorship aspirant. Chief Solomon Iyobosa Adebiyi, President and Founder, Solomon Iyobosa Adebiyi Center for Change and PDP governorship aspirant. Honorable Matthew Idoikeme, former NDDC Edo State Chairman and PDP governorship aspirant. This event is designed to help showcase aspirants for Edo State 2016 governorship seat, their vision for the state, and provide an opportunity for people to ask questions. For more information on participation, please call this number 0704 216 3177. ITV Radio meet the aspirants town hall for a credible 2016 Edo State governorship election.
A very good morning. Many thanks for joining me. Here is ITV AM News for 7:30. I am Ugochukwu Bamidele. Motorists in Benin City have continued to lament over the costs of purchasing petrol. Adeswalato reports that the scarcity of the product has further compounded the sufferings of commercial drivers and passengers.
For those who cannot afford to buy the product above the stipulated pump price, the only solution is for them to abandon their vehicles at the NNPC mega filling station Sapele Road as they await the products.
You dey talk to say they abandon motor. As it's on Thursday, they leave motor come out now. So they sleep in the motor, some don't go house. Even though they start sale tomorrow now, they'll wait for many people first before they start sale fuel, before the queue go move.
Since about 3-4 days now, I'll be here waiting for fuel, if I can get fuel to buy.
I've been here since yesterday night, and I couldn't buy fuel. So the fuel level is very hectic here, and the other filling stations are selling 250 per liter, and if they will even tight their meter.
The situation was, however, different at Total Filling Station situated on Wire Road and another at First East Circular Road, as petrol was being dispensed at the approved pump price of 86 naira 50 kobo per litre, with a long queue of motorists waiting for their turn. Independent marketers on Wire Road, Sapele Road and environs were not in business to dispense the product when the news crew visited, while at Way, a filling station dispensed the product at 230 naira per litre, a situation some motorists described as disturbing, stressing that it will continue to have negative effect on the society and further increase their suffering.
We are feeling very bad because this is not the promise they give to us. This is not change.
It's a very bad situation. On a normal day, I buy fuel with 2,000 naira. I can use to go to Auchi and back. But now I'm buying 2,000 naira to go and park the car.
Some passengers were seen stranded at Dunsing Junction by Mission Road, an indication that there are few commercial vehicles plying the roads. Also, passengers and commercial drivers at King Square lamented what has been falling them, even as the transport fares to various routes have been increased.
Now, but because if I want to do the car local, the experience is very bad because where you do pay, let me say 20 naira before, you are paying 50 naira.
On the 2nd of April 2016, the Nigeria National Petroleum Company (NNPC) said that the scarcity which has paralyzed socio-economic life in the country could be effectively over in 2 weeks' time when the Kaduna Refining and Petrochemical Company is scheduled to resume production. Adesuwa Lato reporting.
And Christians have been urged to imbibe the qualities found in David in the Bible. The resident pastor of God's Historic Church, GRA Benin City, Senior Pastor Stephen Chika, stated this at yesterday's service. The report filed by Osamuyi Ogbomo is presented by MacDonald Ironokai.
In this message titled Quality and Key to Greatness, Senior Pastor Stephen Chika told the congregation that one of the keys to attaining greatness is worshiping and praising God. The clergyman said that another key is to allow God to be involved in what one does. adding that such keys are gateway to success in life. Senior Pastor Stephen Chika cited some men of God in the Bible that succeeded just because they followed the keys of quality.
There are so many people today, they are dumb. They can't speak. They are begging God to open their tongue so that they can say something. Because most of the time we use our tongue to say a lot of things. But when it comes to glorifying God and through worship and praise, we find it difficult.
The service witnessed the birthday thanksgiving by Mrs. Abangbe and members of her family, including the church, to appreciate God for adding another year to her age. McDonald Irundokai reporting.
And Christians have been enjoined to cultivate the habit of forgiveness and continually remember the supreme price Jesus Christ paid for the salvation of man through the Holy Sacrament. The officiating priest at St. Gabriel, the Archangel Catholic Church, Benin City, Reverend Father Idahosa Amadison, gave the advice at yesterday's Mass. The report by Musa Seidu is presented by Wellington Akodaja.
Worshippers in a joyous mood at the church auditorium of St. Gabriel the Archangel Catholic Church. In his message, the visiting priest at the Mass, Reverend Father Idahosa Amadison, who centered his sermon on the sacrament of reconciliation, said the Mass is dedicated to divine mercy offered to Christians by Jesus Christ and an opportunity to reflect on God's mercy through the sacrament of reconciliation. Reverend Father Amadison said that Jesus Christ established the sacrament of reconciliation, which involved confession of sins by Christians to priests and their God immediately after Christ's resurrection. He quoted copiously from the book of John and called on Christians to learn how to forgive each other as exemplified by Christ.
It means that after the Lord God, I am sorry for the sin I have committed. And because I am sorry, I don't want to commit this sin again. And because of that, I make a resolution or what we call refined purpose of amendment to avoid this sin in the future. Sorry for sin, but being bound by some means that I shall not myself. Why was I bound to my wife, my children, my family? Because I was wrong.
The officiating priest also led the congregation to pray for God's intervention in the myriad of problems beseeching Nigeria. Wellington Akodaja reporting.
This has been in. You're watching ITV AM News. More stories to come after this break. Do stay with us.
Experience exquisite comfort, luxury redefined, and hospitality at its best at City Inn Hotel and Suites. We offer accommodation in tastefully furnished rooms with free internet facility, a restaurant, an indoor and outdoor bar well stocked, laundry services, 24-hour power supply, and a spacious car park. Come, let's spoil you a little at City Inn Hotel and Suites, 1 Urubi Street, Iaro, Benin City. Telephone 0807 666 1000 or 0807 565 8888. City Inn Hotel and Suites, charming style and cozy comfort.
As the 2016 Edo State governorship elections heats up, many individuals from various backgrounds across political parties have indicated interest for the exalted office. Who are these aspirants in the Edo State governorship race? What are their pedigrees? What's their vision for Edo State? Find out as ITV Radio presents Meet the Aspirants Town Hall. Theme, My Vision for Edo State. Coming up this April 2016, featuring Professor Amadasun Ebegwe Fred, Professor of Medicine and APC governorship aspirant, Pharmacist Chris Iyari, Chairman Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Edo State Chapter and APC governorship aspirant, Comrade Peter Eseli, former National President, Trade Union Congress of Nigeria, TUC and APC governorship aspirant, Sir Barrister Kesley Omoirabo National President, Human Rights Defenders Association of Nigeria, and APC governorship aspirant. Chief Solomon Iyobosa Adebiyi, President and founder, Solomon Iyobosa Adebiyi Center for Change and PDP governorship aspirant. Honorable Matthew Idoekeme, former NDDC Edo State Chairman and PDP governorship aspirant. This event is designed to help showcase aspirants for Edo State 2016 governorship seat, their vision for the state, and provide an opportunity for people to ask questions. For more information on participation, please call this number 0704-216-3177. ITV Radio meet the aspirants town hall for a credible 2016 Edo State governorship election.
Many thanks for staying tuned. You're still watching ITV AM News. I'm Ogochukwu Bamidele. Now, don't forget you can watch ITV live via all internet-enabled devices. All you need to do is visit our website, www.itvradionigeria.com, and click on the Watch Live button, and then you're live. And now to sports stories, where Leicester City match winner Wes Morgan said desire had been the key ingredient after his side defeated Southampton 1-0 to move 7 points clear in the Premier League. The 32-year-old Jamaican centre-back headed home across from Christian Fuchs in the 38th minute to end an 11-month goal drought and leave underdogs Leicester City leading 12 points from their last 6 games to claim the title. Second place Tottenham Hotspur left the door open after drawing 1-1 with Liverpool on Saturday. In another exciting match, Manchester United defeated visiting Everton 1-0. Anthony Martial scored the only goal to keep Manchester United in the chase for a Champions League place. It's Everton's 3rd straight Premier League defeat. Victory leaves Manchester United 1 point behind 4th placed Manchester City in the Premier League. And that wraps it up on the ITV AM News. Many thanks for watching. I'm Ogochukwu Bamidele. Don't forget to join me at 8:30. We've got updates coming up for you on the news. Good morning. TMI continues. Stay tuned.
Independent television, certainly the best.
The number of street kids is growing by the day. Many are exposed to the vagaries of life, including death. You can do something to rescue these innocent souls roaming our streets. Be the change today. Support an orphanage. This message is brought to you courtesy Independent Television.
The threat of global warming is real. You have seen the destruction of lives and property as a result of incessant flooding. Make the environment a conducive place for all to live in. Stop polluting the environment. Protect the environment today. This message is brought to you courtesy Independent Television and Radio.
Okay, still TMI. We'll quickly conclude our chat with the mystic man. He started something out, telling us the significance of today in the mystic world. Many thanks again for joining us on TMI this Monday morning. Yeah, maybe we'll just continue from where you stop. Yeah, we can complete in the next 5 minutes. Yeah.
I was trying to explain that today is so great because if you are born as an eagle, you are described with today's date.
Okay.
And if you die great too, you are described as today's date.
Okay.
But Shakespeare said, my friend, don't be afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some are born to achieve greatness, some are greatness trust upon them. Like in the case of Murtala Muhammad, he was not born great, but he achieved greatness.
Okay.
Where he was killed on the 44th day of the year. 44th day of the year is like the 4th day of the 4th month too. A shadow of today's date, which is the 4th day of the 4th month. And Murtala Muhammad was the 4th head of state and was killed in a car with 4 tires. And the country was tired about the matter. And meanwhile, he ruled for 200 days. Exactly. And he was killed inside Benz 200, custom made. But if you write the word 200 into numbers and turn each alphabet to their number values, you have exactly 132. Let me come again. He was killed on the 44th day of the year at the 4th head of state in a car with a 4th tire. On the 200th day of his government inside Benz 200 custom made. But if you write the word 200 and turn them to numbers, you have 132. H is 8, U is 21, N 14, D is 4, arrow is 18, E is 5, D again is 4. The 2 is TWO, T is 20, W is 23, O is 15. You have all together, you have 132. But 132 in another reading again is exactly 13th day of February, the day he was killed. Okay. In other words, he had greatness trust upon him, and he achieved greatness. When he was born, November 18. You know what I'm saying? And that day is not as great as today, but it was shadowed with today's date, because today is the eagle's talon. So he left head as an eagle. And Nigerian emblem is symbolized by this same eagle. Dr. Mataking was born January 15. He was not kind of born too great too, but he had greatness trust upon him. And January 15 in the Bible is the first day the Israelites left Egypt when they got their freedom from Pharaoh. So he became a freedom fighter. And he died on the 4th day of the 4th month in Memphis on the back corner that had 4 rails and 4 rails. So all these things are not just put in place by God by mistake to tell those who are aluminally inclined that yes, this man has died great, this one was born great. And in case of Shimole, he was born great to have been born today.
Okay, but he also came from a very humble background.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
When Jesus came to raise those who were down, up, and those who were up, down. Okay. Symbolically. Okay. But now Adam Shimole, when they were giving him the power, God dressed it more so beautifully because he was given that power on the 11th day of the 11th month, having been voted into power April 14th. We just have one in between the 4-4 again. And it was actually cheated in the election. They went to court agitating that it was the winner of the election. But the court gave verdict on the 11th day of the 11th month.
Okay. Does this apply for everyone born in the month of April? Because it looks like this is just the beginning of the month of April. Does this apply for everyone born in the month of April?
Of course not. April 4th is the 94th day of the year. If you read the word eagles to number, you have 49.
Okay.
49 on the mirror will give a mirror view of 94.
Okay.
You get the point? Because when the eagle flaps its wing, it's up and down. So you can put numbers on the mirror, it will show you adversely. But when you put 4-4 on the mirror, it will show you the same thing.
There are those who will say these are things that could be conjured. I mean, all you need to do is to put this together and all of that. Yeah.
In other words, they formed the alphabet and the numbers. I did not. I made them here. I just told you that Murtala Muhammad was the 4th head of state. I didn't create that for him.
Yeah.
And he died in a car with 4 tires on the 44th day of his government, of the day of the year. I mean, February 13 is the 44th day of the year, and this 44 is like the 4th day of the 4th month again. And from that day to today is 50 days. And you write the word lion to number, you have exactly 50. So eagle and lion symbolize kingship.
But eagle and lion symbolize
kingship in the ancient days.
Okay.
And I told you that April 4th is like 4-4. But the 44th day of the year is 13th day of February. From that day to today is 50 days.
All right. Does this mean that what we see in the physical is orchestrated in the spiritual realms.
Yeah, mostly from the onset. But like, I have a new inspiration by Shomole now that he has eaten his cake. Because most world leaders, when God gives them power, at the end of their affairs, they actually disappoint God. Herod, the king of Israel, when Jesus was born as a king. But when Jesus was born, he wanted to kill Jesus. That means he has eaten his cake. And if Oshomole actually bribed those court judges to favor him in the judgment against Charles Ariare, it means that God will not be happy with him. God did not eat the hand that giveth and taketh bribe, actually in such kind of height.
Well, this is not something that is established. It's just mere speculation. Because you said, if he has eaten his cake or he has eaten his cake.
He has eaten it now.
How do you mean?
Let me tell you how. Because the Oba of Benin, Abaridawa, visited Oshomole in government house. The day was 4 years and 4 days in power. They sat down on 2 chairs with 4 legs and 4 legs. He told Adam Shomole, continue the good work. But from that day, Shomole has not been doing any good work.
That's by your assessment. Isn't that a subjective assessment that you have?
Let me continue again. I told you that on the 11th day of the 11th month, 2008, Oshomole was given power.
Yeah.
2008 is 8 years in this millennium. Divide by 2, you have 4 again.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And the daily reading said that obey the rulers and the authorities and be ready for every good work. Therefore, the first tenure was full of good works. And you heard the word good and work, you have 4 alphabets and 4 alphabets. With numbers, God will tell you you are destined a leader. And with numbers, to God will tell you this leader has eaten his cake or is approved by him.
So how does that reflect in what you said in terms of numbers? That he has eaten his cake?
Yes.
How do you
like, there are so many things yet undone that he hasn't done, that expected from him.
Okay.
He has digressed from the normal work of God, doing his own work now. Like King Saul was chosen from an humble background. And even Samuel was actually surprised that it was Saul that got chose. But he had no choice than to anoint him as king. When God gave Saul direction, Saul changed it in his own, in himself. I won't lie to you, Oshomole was born great to rule the state. I wish Oshomole did not disobey God in some certain areas. You know what I mean? Believe me, this state will not be suffering the way it is now. Oshomole came on board trying to break the pangs of godfatherism. What is he doing himself now? You know what I mean? Like, it's not what you say, it's how you say. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. Like, all that time was killed in the government house, you know what I mean? But nobody found out what happened. But the mystery is that Olatan was born December 7th. And that was the day Oshomole's wife died, December 7th. And December 7th is like 127 again. And the daily reading of November 11 was Psalm 127. And 127 and that is like 1 hour, 27 minutes. And 1 hour has 60 minutes. 60 plus 27, you have 87. If you write the word Iridiawa to number, you have 87. And it was Iridiawa who said that there should be peace on that day when they give that judgment. And Iridiawa was crowned on the 23rd day of the 3rd month. From the day he was crowned to November 11, it's exactly 233 days. So with this number, God is telling you the crown of Iridiawa and the month. And Iridiawa's kingly chair has 11 on the left and 11 on the right. And you want to read this Oba Iridiawa, you do your arm like this and say, Oba Atokbere. This is like 11. It's like 11. One is correct. Yeah, I'm saying.
Okay.
These are not by mistake.
Okay. All right. What is the implication of these mystical interpretations of the status quo for the future?
Yeah, for the future, like this study was esoterically inclined. If you don't belong to a brotherhood, you will not be aligned with this kind of understanding.
Okay.
So it has been like in the shadows. Like Dr. King said one time that he prays that his 4 little children will not be judged by the color of their skin,
yeah,
but by the content of their character. When they sit in the table of brotherhood, the table of brotherhood he was talking about was numerology. Like Obama became the 44th U.S. president. You know what I mean? But Dr. King said that there will come a time the black man will sit at the top of the mountain of American political affairs. And the first person to do that was Obama. And he became the 44th U.S. president. And the man who prophesied that that matter died on the fourth month, and Obama and Oshomole came the same year into world politics, and they were too controversial. You get the point? Like, for instance, now I just told you that if Oshomole had lied about the certificate that he went to school and brought people to come and, you know what I mean, make statement that he went to school with them, he has eaten his cake like that.
Okay. Well, I think that would just be okay for today. Okay. Hopefully, some other time we will have you here so we can talk more with you and get more.
And my book will be about soon.
Revelation on the mystic world.
I have a book about this.
Okay, you have a book about this.
Yeah, when the book comes out, people will know how to select their leaders.
Oh, beautiful.
Because I said, how can we use for future projection?
Exactly.
If they know who they are.
Yeah.
Believe me, I was trying to meet Oshomole during his first tenure. A classmate of mine called Michael and got my house and Kasima Fegba made sure I didn't meet him.
Well, we don't have the privilege of knowing if those guys you mentioned actually were those who prevented you from meeting with the governor. I believe the governor. I believe he's accessible.
Another was killed barely 28 hours after he told me he was taking me to the governor.
It's all right. We'll leave it at that. It's still TMI, beautiful Monday morning, and just trying to stir some stuff using some interpretation of the mystic world, particularly numerology. That's what you call it. Yeah. And I hope that some other time we'll have the opportunity to talk with you more. But for now, I'll quickly take a short break, bring you viewpoints. I'll be back to talk to look at what the papers are saying, and then interview an APC governorship aspirant in the studio, Professor Abadasun Ebegwe. Stay with me on TMI. Eben, many thanks for coming on the show.
The statement by President Muhammadu Buhari to review the 2016 budget that was recently passed by the National Assembly before he append his signature to it has once again sparked reactions from members of the public. And here in Viewpoint, we ran around town to see what their thoughts are. Hello, I am Ifoma Igwe Okafo.
Well, to my own view, I feel that the president have no trust in the National Assembly. And on that note, according to his statement, he said he's going to look the budget page by page before he will assent to it. I think he has his own reasons. And by so doing, most of the contractors that are waiting for the payments are still there. So if you look at it right now, none of the project is ongoing. The roads, most of the federal roads have been tabulated, no way, nothing is going on. When you ask the contractors, they have not been paid. I think after he might have a look on the budget, according to him, he may assent to the budget.
This is a period of change, and this is the first budget that is coming out. Things must be done thoroughly. As for refusal to assent until it goes through page by page, I think that's, we can call that an international best practice, because before you append your signature on anything, you must go through. I think it's as simple as that. I don't know what other meanings people will read to it, but I think it's as simple as that. That you must read through anything you want to append your signature on.
The president is coming from an anti-corruption crusade angle. And he said he will only give his imprimatur when the budget is passed in pari passu with the corresponding amount for ministries, departments, and agencies. It will be a part of corruption for him to sign an omnibus budget without adequate allocation to the ministries that are involved. So, luckily, the House of Rep has promised to transmit the details of the proposed expenditure within 2 weeks. 1 week is already gone. So let us hope the budget will be back so that things can move on. In an anti-corruption drive, you don't approbate and just sign omnibussly without details and the corresponding expenditure.
Initial mistake has happened, and the Bible says we will not be afflicted twice. It's better we wait. Somebody that is going to 10 miles and you're already at 8 miles, where you are going is not as fast as where you are coming from. It's better Nigerians wait to allow things to be done properly, more so when there was initial mistakes. So the man should not go and sign his death warrant. If the place can be padded at the beginning, the human being, we are human beings, we are not spirit. It can also be padded somewhere along the line between the National House of Assembly to the Aso Rock. So let the man take his time so that he will not sign his death warrant. Nigerians should be patient. Things will work well, but the nation has been bastardized. So where we are going is not that fast, where we are coming from, we will come out of the room by the grace of God. So let him take his time and item by items, ministry by ministry, so that we know actually where we are going. There will be no more complaint. I think I like his action.
Majority of the Senate and even the House of Rep were supposed to belong to the same party that produced the president. When the House is divided against itself, it will be difficult to stand. So they should go and get their house together for the benefit of Nigerians. But it portends very bad times for this nation. He refuses, because how do you operate? Because that is the authority you have. 3 months is gone of this year. You are still talking of signing, and you are supposed to, that is the authority you have to draw money for giving projects. You have not signed. Oh, you will look at it. That's why Nigerians are calling him Mr. Goslow. The affairs of this nation, you are not taking it. He took oath to uphold the Constitution. If he's going to refuse. It's permitted, but within the time limit. The Senate can pass it and it becomes law.
The president is right, because he's a man of principle and he's a good administrator. You don't want to make mistakes, though the nation is somehow, things are going up, but he wants to make sure that what he wants to present out to the people is the best leadership. Leadership is not just in hurry. He's a man that is not in hurry. He's a man that wants to take things the way that will benefit the masses. It is the masses that the budget is for. It's not people in the House of Assembly. And if the masses are happy, I think his government too will get that applaud. And so my own opinion is that refusing to sign it to law, he should give it time to see that he study it and make sure that things are okay, that what he presented to them is the right thing that he's going to sign, so that it can benefit everybody. I know that in the nation, people are crying, things are going up, but let us endure so that things can come up the way he will lead us. We voted for him and we want him to do the right thing.
Mr. President has not said he is not signing the 2016 appropriation bill into law. Perhaps all of us as Nigerians, we know the controversy that has trailed the preparation of the 2016 budget. And for the first time in a long while in the history of Nigeria, the National Assembly, rather than increasing the budget proposals, have reduced with a sizable amount of money because of the padding of the 2016 appropriation bill, as it came as proposals from the ministries, departments, and agencies of the federal government. The National Assembly had taken time, postponed the scheduled day of first set date of passing of the appropriation bill, just to make sure that Nigerians get the best out of the 2016 budget. I mean, we should give kudos to the present administration, leadership, both at the executive level and at the National Assembly level, because they are taking time to do the right thing, to get it right, if it is for once for Nigerians.
I see that as indication of corruption within the present government. Because this is the budget that was sent by the president to the National Assembly. And the National Assembly has passed that bill to enable him assent to it. And now he has reservation. It then means that there is something wrong between the president and the National Assembly. And these are members of the executive. They are either staff or political appointees. And so if the government led by the president is fighting corruption, it should fight corruption within first before going outside. And for him not taking a step on this issue shows that he is condoning corruption in his government. And that is most unfortunate.
Adjudged to be the most controversial budget since the inception of Nigeria. But the public are, however, hopeful that at the end of
I have with me on set Professor Ebegwe Fred Ambadasun, APC governorship aspirant. Many thanks for joining us, Prof. How was your weekend and how are you doing?
The weekend was great. Now I'm doing quite fine.
All right. It looks like you've been in politics for quite some time. I mean, looking at your profile, in 1991, you contested or you attempted to be a governor under the Social Democratic Party. What's your experience been like in politics?
Before 1991, I was actually an elected councillor in 1987 under the zero-party military administration arrangements, specifically under General Ibrahim Babangida. That lasted for about 2 years, 1987 to 1989, when suddenly they dissolved all the councils across the country, and they went on to form two political parties, the Social Democratic Party and the National Republican Convention, and with a fiat, ask whoever is interested in politics to go and join either of the parties, SDP, NRC. Yeah, we, the progressive-minded politicians,